What's going on, team? What's going on, team? Welcome to this weekend's weekly market breakdown. Hope you guys have had a great weekend. Meet Man J, whatever, bro, whatever. Test. Perfect. Still a little sick, but feeling a lot better than what I was feeling pretty much Thursday till today. Yesterday, I thought I was gonna wake up I thought I was gonna die yesterday. I thought I was gonna wake up. Damn, excuse me. I thought I was gonna wake up feeling like I was dying, but that's cause on Friday I felt really bad. But yeah, Friday I was really bad. Saturday I woke up feeling okay, nothing too crazy. It wasn't until like 7, 8 p.m. where I started feeling bad again, and then today I've been good. Just a lot of boogies, a little congested still, as you guys could hear from my voice, but I'm definitely feeling a lot better. Sick Man J, fuck you. What's good, Albert? Welcome, my brother. Hey, brother, hope you're doing well. Had to sneak away a little bit still at work. It's all good, no worries. Session will be uploaded anyway, so, you know, if you gotta step away and handle your business, you know, you could always do that and then watch the recording whenever you're back home, whenever you have time. This session is gonna be a little longer. I'm gonna try to take my time with this session since I didn't do a trading session this week. Some of my charts might not even be updated, so I might have to update a few things for my charts. So it might be like an hour-long session for today. So again, no worries if you can't watch the live session. You know, it's either way, it's a lot better. You know, I always say this. You know, it's so I can't even think straight. I'm still cloudy as hell. You know, the effort that you make is, you know, the fact that you're at work and you stepped away just to watch the session, you know, that's a lot of effort, right? And it really shows that you want to get this and you really want to level up your lifestyle. So you know, that's dope. But you know, end of the day, I always say it, like, if you're busy and you don't have time to really sit there and take notes and update your charts with us, you know, live when I'm doing it, so you can see exactly what it is, then you know, it's always better just relax, wait till you get home. Once you get home, that's when you have to lock in, right? Watch the recording. If you have any questions, you know, that's why I always say it on all the sessions. If you have any questions, just let me know. Always message me. I'll always be available. You know, and do the same thing. Just watch the recording, take notes, update your charts, and that's pretty much it, Albert. But yeah, man, I understand that you gotta go back to work, so no problem. We'll start here in about a couple minutes. I'll give everybody else a few minutes to join. Hope it wasn't a flu. Get better, brother. I appreciate that. Nah, it wasn't a flu. It was um, just a little sinus infection, but it wasn't even too bad. I was just really tired. That's really what I was feeling for the most part. But like, for example, Friday was the only day where I started coughing, and that's why I thought that Saturday was gonna be really bad. But Saturday I woke up feeling better than I was Friday. But pretty much all I've had since pretty much Monday, it's really just been like a little bit of sore throat, not even anything too crazy, just a little bit of sore throat. Really congested, like a lot of my nostrils just clogged, a lot of boogies, but I haven't really been coughing. I've just been really tired. That's the only thing. But aside from that, that's it. I'm pretty much feeling good. I haven't really felt bad today, so I'll be I'll be back to normal. You know, I'll be doing the sessions tomorrow morning, and you know, tomorrow afternoon we'll be back to our regular schedule this entire week. Live trading session from 6:30 to 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Isolation session from 7 to 8 p.m. Weekly market breakdown on Sunday. So we'll get everything. We'll get the ball moving this week. You know, we'll go over some of the trades that we took from this week as well, since we didn't have a session, and then we'll get through it. So yes, sir. Let's get to it. And sorry in advance if I have to, like, if you see that I stopped for a few minutes, that just means I got up to go blow my nose. Paycheck on Thursday, big investment in the live account. That's gonna be fire. Hell yeah. I'm opposite, man. My sister's birthday is Tuesday, so you know I gotta spend cash on that. I gotta get my oil changed tomorrow, so you know I gotta spend money on that. My car payment coming up, gotta do that. Damn, man. Being old sucks. Alright, let's get started, guys. Any questions, let me know. Any pairs you guys want me to go over in specific, let me know. The pairs we're going to be going over, the ones that we do every single session, the one that you see on the right hand side with the red flag next to their name. Starting off with AUDUSD and finishing off with USOIL. We will be going in order from the top to the bottom. So once again, if you guys have any questions about any other pair, for example, if you want me to do NZD/USD, we'll go in order. Once I finish GU, then we'll do NU, and then we'll keep going down the list. So, AU, we know we are in A2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the bottom. Right? We know that AU, we have two gaps. We had a gap here at the top that we could see price already filled up, and we have another gap here at the top. Right? Once we got to the bottom of the zone of consolidation, price never gave us a valid break. So this was already our first indication letting us know that price is not going to go lower, and we're going to start the uptrend push that we're looking for. Right? We also know we had 3 months of drop. After 3 months of drop, the market must go up or go sideways, give us a no net. It ended up giving us a no net, and then internal time frame, we had higher highs and higher lows. So let's go ahead and delete this. Nothing to update in the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, let's add a few boxes here, or a few lines here, so we don't have to do this every single week. Give me 1 second. We'll just add a few of them. Right, we had a week of counter rise last week. This week, price gave us 2 weeks of rise. Right, not only that, but we had lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high. Right, price went down again, technically gave us another change of character, lower low. Right, and then price went again and gave us another change of character, higher high. Right, I'm very tempted to not even say that this is a change of character because this push down was with a gap. However, we're going to keep it this way anyway, right? We know that either way, we're looking for that change. After the change, we'll be looking for a break of structure. Once we get the break, that'll be our confirmation that price will continue the push to the top side. Right, we know that we're trading between this 4-hour low and this 4-hour high over here. That gap been throwing me off on a lot of pairs. It's all good. Again, remember what I was talking to you about? When was it? Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday, right? It shouldn't throw you off, right? Let's put that aside, right? Why shouldn't it throw you off? Because either way, right? Let's look at it this way, right? You're in a zone of consolidation, right? When you're in a zone of consolidation where price is rejecting lows and rejecting highs, what are you looking for? Right, before you could even consider taking a trade here, you needed to see a valid break of structure. Right, so if you didn't get a valid break of structure, then what is that called? And I'll give you a few seconds to answer that question in the chart, in the chat. Right, if it's not a valid break of structure, this move here, what is this called in the market? If anybody knows the answer, I'll give you guys a few seconds to answer that question in the chart. I keep saying the chart, man, in the chat. Fuck the chat. Right, an inducement. There you go. After the inducement happens, the fucking real move happens. So it shouldn't, it shouldn't throw you off. It's all the same thing. Remember, like, there's different ways to view the market, right? The market isn't always going to give you a picture perfect move, right? A picture perfect move. And I could give you multiple examples, right? A zone of consolidation isn't always when price is moving sideways. Right? A zone of consolidation could also be a trap falls real, a TFR. Right? This is a zone of consolidation the same way that this is a zone of consolidation. Right? An inducement doesn't always need to see a double bottom, a fake double bottom, fake out to then go short, or vice versa with a double top. Right? An inducement, a fake out could be a gap in the market, what we talked about on Thursday or on Wednesday, whenever we had that conversation, right? An inducement on the chart could be an exhaustion candle, right? An exhaustion candle going short, meaning that it's going to be a long wick, right? And then the body of the candle, right? This could be an inducement as well. So you just got to think about it that way. Like there's multiple ways the market makers are going to show you different things, right? Not everything is always going to be picture perfect. So regardless, again, this for you, right? I'm talking to you specifically in general, right? This shouldn't throw you off, because before you could even consider taking shorts, you needed to see a valid break of structure, and you know that rule. So just knowing that rule, just right there, that one single rule, you already know that this is not where you want to start seeing, oh, lower low, lower high, because it doesn't make sense. Now, if you would have had, okay, the gap, right, a pullback, and then a break of structure, and then a pullback, okay, then cool, then you can start taking those trades. But if you're seeing that you're in a zone of consolidation where price is literally just rejecting lows and rejecting highs, and what are we even talking about? Like, what is there that the market is doing that's throwing you off? Nothing should throw you off on this pair specifically. Specifically AU right now, and I'm pretty sure there's a few other pairs we'll go over, and I'll give you the same examples, right? Nothing here should throw anybody off who knows about the market, because you never had a valid break of structure, you never had a shift in character, you never had valid lower lows and lower highs. There's nothing here. It's just an inducement. After the inducement, again, if you trade counter, then all you're waiting for is for higher high and higher low. Did you get that? Yes. Right? If you go to the lower time frame, you have lower low, lower low, boom. Higher high, higher low. Right? How much more of a retest do you need? Right? How much more of a retest do you need? Again, for people who trade going counter trend, I don't trade going counter, so I don't look at this. But it's that simple. Right? After the inducement, you're waiting for the shift in character. Did you get the shift in character? Yes. Right? So it's just like the rules. And if you go to the Discord, and this goes for everybody, if you go to the Discord and you just go look at E's rules, since I don't have my rules posted on my chart, right? But if you go look at E's rules on his chart, right? Identify the target, identify the 3 pushes to the target, confirm the anchor, which either going to be a M formation or a double bottom formation, and then he has the engulfing candles, right? Did you get any of that here? Yes. You had the target, which the target was the daily low and the 4-hour lows. You had the 3 pushes to the bottom if you go down to a lower time frame, right? The anchor, which in this case was a double bottom if you go down to a lower time frame, once again. And then the push. That's it. That's all this was. So again, there really shouldn't be any confusion when it comes to this. And then again, you know, the rules of the gaps. You already know that. For next time, you didn't know this rule, but for next time, you know, if you ever have a gap in the market that opens this crazy, and it's a gap that goes into like a fake break or a fake change of character, again, it's fake. It's with a gap. It's not a strong candle that's open, so it doesn't make a difference, right? So what's good, Mr. Mike? Been a while. Love you all. What's good, my brother? Yeah, man, I've been going through it, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been going through it, but it's all good. We back. Still got a little bit of a stuffy nose, but outside of that, I'm good, man. I got energy. We're back. Can't complain, man. It's a beautiful life we live. Very, very blessed. Very blessed. This has to stay there. I'm bugging. Right, so AU on the 30-minute time frame, we have pretty big zones. We had lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, change of character, lower low, change of character, higher high, change of character, lower low, change of character. Right, this is where price is just consolidating. And then we finally had another change of character, higher high. So we know that we're trading between this 30-minute low, and then we're still trading between these 30-minute highs. Right, price is just continuing the trend. Never had a steep pullback. So we're trading between that 30-minute high and 30-minute low. We have 2 days of counter rise. Again, this is still going against the overall market maker's pattern. So AU, we're going to take a step back. Right, again, AU, love to see what it's doing. Again, AU, I'm still expecting it to give us a push back to the top of the zone of consolidation to fill this gap up, and then go back down and give us that final third push to the bottom. So right now for AU, we're just letting this go. AU is looking good. EA, daily time frame. EA, we are in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the top side. Right, we know that at one point we were in a little zone of consolidation in a lower time frame. So right now we have no continuations in the daily time frame. So nothing too interesting in the daily. Right, in the 4-hour, we had a little zone of consolidation where price broke, gave us a retest, went back up to the highs. Right, never broke these highs, tested these highs, and then price ended up going right back down to the bottom, giving us a week of drop last week. This week that just passed, we're very close to this being a no net, so I am going to mark this as a no net. You have no continuations in the 4-hour time frame. And on the 30-minute time frame, we had 3 days of rise. Right after 3 days of rise, we understand the market must either go sideways and give us a no net, or is going to go down and give us a day of drop. And that's exactly what price did. It gave us a day of drop. You also know we had higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price went down and gave us a change of character, lower low. So right now for EA, we just gotta take a step back, wait for price to turn back around and start giving us higher highs and higher lows before we start taking trades. Right, so high, higher low, higher high, boom, lower low. This lower low, we still don't really have a set lower low. I'm not gonna mark this as lower low, lower high, lower low. All of this is part of the same trend. Right, all of this is part of the same trend, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. All of it is part of the same trend. So once we get a steep pullback, then I'll add the bottom box. Now, where could we expect price to continue to go down to? Right, that's the question that we have right now. And right now, I don't really have an area in the daily time frame. Nothing's really here that's telling me, oh, this is a good zone. In the 4-hour, in the 4-hour would be these lows, the same thing as in the 30 minutes. So let's see if this is still a valid engulfing candle. Because this engulfing candle has been here for a very long time. And I don't remember adding this. So we had a nice red, green. Green broke, never had the retest. Right, and then did price ever tap into the zone? I don't believe so. Man, my nose is still stuffy. We did tap into these zones already. When was this? February 11th. Damn. That was last week, man. I wasn't even on my charts. That's how sick I was. That's crazy. Alright, so beautiful. So yeah, price tapped into an engulfing candle, right? So if you were present for this chart or for this pair, if you were present for this entry, then beautiful, right? This gave you exactly what you wanted to see. So yeah, at this point again, I'm just kind of waiting for price to turn back around. Once we start making higher highs and higher lows, damn bro, that sucks. I still can't talk as much as I want to, man. This shit hurts my throat, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't talked for fucking 4 or 5 days. So yeah, let's just wait it out for EA. Right now we pretty much just gotta wait for price to turn back around, start giving us higher highs and higher lows before we start taking other trades. That's crazy. EU, we are in V1, right? We're still at the bottom of the zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. Price still giving us lower lows and lower highs, right? So right now, no continuation in the daily time frame. I don't really have anything on the daily time frame for EU. Right, we go up to the 4-hour time frame, and this is what we start seeing. Price giving us lower low, lower high, lower low, boom, change of character, higher high. So in the 4-hour time frame, we're trading between the change of character, higher high, and the low. Right, we had 3 weeks of rise. After 3 weeks of 3 weeks of rise, we had a rise drop. Right, we had a 4th week variation with a gap in the market, gave us another week of rise, and then this week another gap in the market gave us 2 weeks of rise. Now, am I gonna mark this as, oh, 2 weeks of rise, we'll be looking for a 3rd week? No. Why? Because we had a gap in the 1st week, reset the trend. We had a gap on the 2nd week, reset the trend. So right now we're technically still trending. We don't have a continuation, right? I also want to keep a very close eye on my engulfing candles. So we know we had an engulfing candle here, which price tapped into on Friday at 5 in the morning. Gave a beautiful entry to continue. But it was already used up, so we're not going to use that. And in the 30-minute time frame, we do have another 30-minute engulfing candle here at the bottom of the chart, right? That price still hasn't tapped into yet. So we're still looking good. Red, red, green, beautiful. Yep. Could we expect price to come back down into this area, give us a retest to then continue the push to the top side? It could be. Could be very interesting, right? We know that in the 30-minute time frame too, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, and then price ended up giving us a change of character, higher high. Right, so we'll come back to this chart too to kind of see what Kendall was talking about with the gaps, right? So we know that we're trading between this. Again, I'm not gonna mark this as higher high, higher low, higher high, right? All of this is part of the same trend. Got a week, day of rise. Right, from here to here, this is the lowest candle. Alright, so let's go back to daily time frame. Let's look at these gaps real quick of these candles. Did they make any inducements? Kind of similar, not really to AU, but right, not really, right? I don't want to say that this is similar because price never came to these lows, right? For the internal time frame traders, you know, maybe faked you out, made you believe that maybe this was a shoulder head shoulder pattern, right? Oh, shoulder, head, shoulder, and it broke below, and you thought that this was going to be the retest to continue. But, you know, if you thought that that was the case and you ended up losing trades on EU, then again, um, just got to keep it simple. You know what I mean? Like, think about what a gap is in the market, right? If you don't know what a gap is, then obviously you're not going to know the rules. But, like, this is indecision in the market. This is signs of weakness, right? So you can't call a gap in the market, right, a break, because it's just weakness in the market. It's not a real break, right? You could what analogy can I give you? Like, say you're a little baby and you have a hammer in your hand, right? Yeah, you could drop the hammer on some glass. The glass might not break because you're a baby. You got no strength. It's the same thing with this, right? Yeah, price could go down, but it went down with a huge gap in the market. You know that gaps have to be refilled. It's signs of weakness in the market, so it's not a real break, right? I hope that made sense. That was kind of a shitty analogy, and I usually give pretty good analogies, but that one was pretty bad. I can't laugh, man. This shit hurts. Ow. Mommy, where are you? I hate being sick. Well, I gotta go blow my nose, man. Give me 2 minutes, guys. I'll be right back. See, like, I blow my nose like a maniac, but I still got boogies in there, man. And I just want to get over this, man. I hate being sick, bro. I really do. And I've been these last couple months, man. I'll probably say like this last year, I've been getting sick so much. I don't know why, bro. Alright, so we did EU already. So let's start speeding this up, guys. I don't want to keep. We've only been live for 30 minutes, so we still got time. But I don't want to. I don't want to keep you guys here for a long time, man. So let's try to speed this up. And again, guys, this is all the same thing, right? Every single pair, we trade them the exact same way. We trade them the exact same way. The market makers pattern, the 3 pushes, the breaks, the change of characters, right? The continuations. It's all the same thing. It's just rinse, wash, and repeat. So ECAD, we're in V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation at an uptrend, looking for that second push to the top side. We know that we still don't have a break of structure of our top of our zone of consolidation. We have no continuations, right? We have a month of no net, and we also know we still have this gap at the bottom of the market. So very similar to AU, just opposite, right? AU, we're looking for price to go up to fill the gap at the top to then go down. For ECAD, we're looking for price to go down to fill this gap and then look for entries going back to the top side, right? So right now for ECAD, just based off on that, I'm really not looking for anything, right? The same thing that I'm doing for AU. I'm kind of just waiting for price to fill these gaps up and then I'll attack the markets, right? Anything before that is a 50-50 trade, right? The only way I'll take an ECAD trade is if we have 3 days of rise, if we have 2 days of rise, if we have 2 weeks of rise, if we have 2 months of rise, then I'll take the continuation. If we have a change of character, break of structure, then I'll take the trade. But right now, we don't have any of that. Right now, all we have is a change of character. Cool, we have 3 days of rise. On the 3rd day, price gave us a rise no neck. On the 4th day, which was Friday, price failed to give us a new high, and we are super close to this being a no net as well, 7 pips. Right, so I'm not going to mark ECAD right now. I'm going to wait till the markets open in about 2.5 hours, and then we'll update this one accordingly. But I'm pretty sure we'll finish on a no net with ECAD. We've been out to candle, grinding. Gaps is a sign of weakness in the overall direction. It shouldn't be used as confidence. Gaps should only be used as TP targets or areas you would like to see get filled. Correct. Right. I wouldn't say I would take away that it should be used as TP targets. I guess you could add that because that is true, right? Like price will be filled. As like for example, what trade was it that I took a couple weeks ago that had that crazy gap? Was it US30? I don't even remember no more, man. Yeah, US30. Right, so it's like as long as you're following market structure, that's all that matters, right? I obviously didn't target the whole TP because I was looking at STP first, and then I was looking at the ADR, and then I was looking at candlestick analysis, right? The fact that there was a little exhaustion candle, I got a little scared and I didn't hold, but it is what it is. That's what happens. Either way, it wasn't a bad trade. So yes, if you're looking at gaps and you're reading market structure and you're babysitting the chart, then yeah, you could use gaps to for your TP targets. Like that price is gonna get filled. It's a nice point of interest. It's an area to keep your eye on for sure. But the main thing is gaps is a sign of weakness. Like you shouldn't, if there's a gap like how it was this week, that's it's a little weak. Any more to add on gaps? Well, yeah, gaps is for the ones who do 372s and the 3 months and the 3 weeks, it resets the trend. So you also want to keep that in mind that whenever you're reading market structure, if there's a gap in the market, it resets the trend. So the continuations that you think you might be seeing might not be correct because of that gap in the market. We finished off ECAD, right? Yeah, ECAD, we got that gap at the bottom. We're good. We have a change of character, higher high, higher low. But we have that gap at the bottom, and we still don't know if Friday finished on a no net or if we're going to start on a day of rise. So we'll update ECAD. I'll update my chart tonight, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow morning too, obviously, when we turn on the live trading session. GA, we are in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the top side. We had a clean and valid break of structure of our zone of consolidation. This is where we're looking for price to give us a pullback, higher low, to then continue into a higher high. 4 hour time frame, nothing really in the daily, right? On the 4 hour, we had 3 weeks of rise. On the third week, price gave us a rise drop. Now, we did talk about this as well. Again, we had a gap in the market which resets the trend, which is reason number one as to why we weren't expecting price to give us another push to the top side, but also the fact that we had such a very steep pullback towards the end of the week. That's another indication that price isn't going to just give us a steep pullback and then go right back up to the top side, right? So this is the reason why we didn't see that push. And we also know we finished on a no net. Price is just moving sideways for this week. So right now in the 4 hour time frame, really no continuations, nothing we could really go off on. No engulfing candles either. Either it's on nothing on the daily, nothing on the 4. On the 1 hour time frame, let's take a look. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Okay. Let's go to the 30-minute and see if we have any continuations, anything we can look for. We have 3 days of rise. After 3 days of rise, the market must go sideways and give us a no net or go down, and it ended up going down. So again, these pairs are moving exactly how they need to be moving. It's looking good, and we have no engulfing candles in the 30-minute time frame. We do have one down here, but I don't know if it's valid. Red, red, green. Both reds and greens have top and bottom wicks. Green candle closed above. Perfect. We could use this zone as a little point of interest as to where we would see price give us a pullback to. And this is a 30-minute engulfing. Right now, do I think price will pull back this much? I don't believe so. I really don't want to say that it is. And then also in this case, we are still trading this 30-minute high and 30-minute low is not correct. Right? This is one of those situations, right, where my change of character, right, is gonna have to be this entire zone here. My bad, I thought I had the highlighter out. This entire zone, right, this is where price lower low, lower high, lower low, and this is where price gave us the higher high. Right? So we're trading between this 30-minute low down here. Right, and this is a good question for Mike, man. Let's see if Mike has his fucking thinking cap on, because he asked this question he's asked me this question a few times in the past. But let's see if he could put 2 and 2 together, man. I'm gonna let Mike ask this one out. If he don't ask nothing, I'm not gonna say nothing. I don't like this 30-minute zone. It's too small. Fuck. All right, let's I'm gonna use this entire zone here. See, I'm on your shit, Mike. I'm on you, man. I'm on you, Mike. You said, hold on, my bad. There's a lot of messages that I missed. So for example, if you're looking for shorts Friday and price opens with a gap Sunday, would the gap invalidate the trade? Yes. So let's say there's 2 days of rise, right? Let's say there's a day of rise on Thursday and a day of rise on Friday. The market closes, right? You update your chart. You're like, oh, we have 2 days of rise, which was Thursday and Friday. Could we expect a third push on Monday? Right? If the market opens on Sunday at 5 p.m. and the market opens with a gap, then it invalidates the trade. Now, will there be times where it would still, there's a gap in the market, but it still gives you that third push? Of course, right? There's still going to be days where that's going to happen, right? And that would happen anywhere. Like, let's say if Monday, Tuesday, and then Tuesday night it opens with a gap going into Wednesday, the rule... it's all the same. Doesn't matter what day of the week it happens in. But again, it's all about market structure and what other confluences do you have, right? And that's why we use multiple confluences, right? Because if we're only looking at one rule and that one rule is invalidated, then that's it, no more trades. But if you have multiple confluences and multiple reasonings as to why you should still enter that trade, for example, if market structure is still holding up, if price is still giving you higher highs and higher lows, and you're looking for that third push to the top side, then of course you're going to take that trade, right? Like 100%. There's no reason not to. But 9 out of 10 times, if you go back in data and you go look at the days and you go look at whatever pair, you will see that 9 out of 10 times, whenever there is a gap in the market that resets the trend, 9 out of 10 times it won't give you that push. And then again, the times that it does give you the push, it's still following market structure, right? Yeah, there's a gap, but the gap was just a push, a weak push to the bottom, right, in this case. And it was just a pullback, right? It was price at a higher high making a higher low, right? So you just want to always keep that market structure always comes first before anything else, right? So when watching the old isolation sessions, taking 372 still validating if we're not in line with MS. No. You only take a 372 with market structure, with the overall market makers pattern trend, right? If we're in an overall uptrend, I'm only taking 372s in an uptrend. If price is making, for example, if overall market makers pattern is uptrend, but the market structure on the 30-minute time frame or 4-hour time frame is downtrending, then you know that you're still in a counter trend move. So you know that even if you have 2 days of rise, but price is just making a lower high, right, to go back into a lower low, you know that you're not gonna get that third push because price is still making lower and lower and lower high. For example, again, I know a lot of people make more sense of things when it's drawn out, right? So boom, you have higher high and higher low, right? Overall, this is the daily time frame, so we'll make this 4, right? And the daily time frame is gray, right? So in the daily time frame, you're making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. In the 4-hour time frame, now let's just keep this simple, right? Let's just look at this part of the chart here, right? On the 4-hour time frame, what is this gonna look like, right? From a higher high to a higher low, you're going to see smaller moves, right? You're gonna see lower lows and lower highs, right? Lower lows and lower highs, right? Until you start seeing higher highs and higher lows, right? Boom, higher high. And this is the 4-hour time frame, so we'll put this as number 3, and then we'll change this to blue, right? So in the 4-hour time frame, yeah, you could still see price giving you lower lows and lower highs, but what did you wait for? You waited for the higher high, higher low, right? So if you know, for example, 372, if you know that right now you had 1 day of drop, 2 days of drop, right? Are you going to take this third day going short? No, because overall you know you're in a higher high, higher low, right? Overall you know that you were trading counter against the trend. You know that this push to the bottom side was just a pullback, right? You got to the pullback, right? After you get to the pullback zone, your point of interest, whatever that point of interest is, what are you expecting? You're expecting price to turn around and start giving you the change of character, higher high, higher low, break of structure, higher high and higher low, and this is where you get into the trade to target the previous highs. And it looks like the strike rate from 372 is 100%. Strike rates for 372s have been 100% for the last 10 years, my brother. You go, is that I wish, bro, I'm telling you, there's so much. I wish we could go back in time, and I wish I could pull, like, even each trades from way back when. But yes, 372s are 100% strike rate. Like, there's nothing better than that, right? Obviously, you know, as you can see here on the chart, right? Like, oh, you had 3 days of rise, why didn't you take it? Well, you know, it just goes to that question: are you up during Asia session to take this trade, right? You know, there'll be times where you have nice 372s like it was for GA, and I'm pretty sure there was a few other pairs that had nice 372s. But again, the questions just stem again: are you on your chart? Are you present on your chart when they give you that entry, right? A 372 isn't always going to be crystal clear, right? A Mona Lisa 372 would be at the end of the second day we got a pullback, and then, you know, we'll let Asia session and London session play out, and then we could get into a trade, you know, we enter a trade down here to get out on the 372, right? But you can see even with this pair in the last couple weeks, you know, this is a pair that's moving as soon as the market's open, right? So even with this week's 372, right, as soon as the market's open, it already gave you the push. So it's by the time we're awake, which is around this area, that's it. STP has already been hit, ADR has already been hit. There's nothing left for us on the table. So 100% 372s are always going to give you 100% strike rate if you're following every single rule in the playbook. It's not about whether it's a good strike rate. Again, the biggest thing with trading and this is goes far beyond the 372s, right? This goes for any strategy. Are you present on the market at the time that it gave you the entry? And that's really what it is, right? If you're not if you're not present on the chart, again, if you're an NYC trader the way that I am, that I'm rarely on my charts during Asia or London session, I miss a lot of trades, I miss a lot of entries because of that. But if you're somebody that's on your charts all day every day, then it's a different story. Now there's no question about it. I know the push is from the bottom, but Eric goes a little bit in detail and would like to take the higher low as the push higher than the lower push. Gotcha. So your question that you've been having these last couple times that you've had this question is, why is it that I mark certain change of characters as just a wick, or if you look at something like this where there is no valid break of structure here, why is it that sometimes I'll mark this as a change of character and then I'll mark something else as a break of structure, right? In this case, the reason why I'm marking this entire zone, this entire push, as just a change of character, right? Instead of saying that this is a change of character, higher low, higher high, and this is the break of structure, is because this is not a valid pullback, right? On this pair right now, this little higher high, higher low that you see happening here is not a valid pullback. So because of that is the reason why I can't say that this is higher high, higher low change of character, higher high break of structure, right? So instead of saying that this is going to be where price is going to turn around and continue to push to the top side, because this isn't a valid pullback, this isn't enough pips for me to call this a valid pullback. This is just a change of character, right? So then my valid break of structure is going to be up here. Come on, Mike. I can't be asking your questions for you, man. Come on, Mike. These are your questions, man. I can't be asking them for you. Let me know if that made any sense, Mike. If not, I'll give you another example, or I'll try to make it more sense. But that's the reason why on my charts compared to ease, sometimes you'll see that I have a more aggressive entry, right? A more aggressive approach to the market. But that's the reason why. It's because if I don't have if I don't have a strong enough pullback, right? If I don't have a steep enough pullback on different pairs, I won't mark it as a change of character. But it's just more of an aggressive approach to the market. Eric will take it like that, but I understand every perspective is different now. Makes sense. He explained to me. Okay, I got you. Yeah. Alright, so let's go on to the next one, guys. Again, I'm gonna try to speed it up. We've been doing this for 40 minutes already. So again, same thing. It's just rinse and repeat. So GCAD, we are still in level 2. Right at this point, we can kind of see that price is starting to consolidate. So we could start saying, okay, maybe this is V2, right? Maybe we're in the second zone consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. But nothing changes, right? A zone of consolidation just makes trading a lot more simple. Why? Because we understand that this is where price has been rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs. When price rejects lows, it goes highs. When price rejects highs, it goes lows. When it goes high, it goes low. When it goes low, it goes right. So it's very simple. You just gotta understand how to take advantage of these zones, right? So again, all I'm looking for is for price to go up. We have no continuations on the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we had 3 weeks of rise. On the third week, gave us a rise drop. Again, we had gaps in the market that reset the trend. Not only did price reset the trend, but we also have gaps in the market that reset the trend, but we also had a very steep pullback towards the end of the third week, which already gave us an indication that this week price was not going to go higher than what it has already, right? Nonetheless, this is another pair that's very, very close to being a no net week. We're only 22 pips out from that. At this point, I'm just gonna mark it as a week of rise, but we'll update that later this week, probably on Monday in the morning. We'll update this. And then on the 30-minute time frame, we have lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high, higher low, and then price gave us another higher high. We have 3 days of rise. After 3 days of rise, the market must go sideways or go down, and we ended up moving sideways. We ended up getting a day of no net, right? So beautiful 372. Once again, very beautiful trade. I don't know what's that there for. We had higher high, higher low, and higher highs. So we know that we're trading between this 30-minute low over here and this 30-minute high over here. And then we will mark this as a 30-minute BOS, just so we know that we're trading between this low and this high. Nothing yet on GCAD. Still waiting for a little bit more continuations, but we are looking good. Still making higher highs and higher lows, so we'll wait this one out just a little bit. We'd love to see a more valid break. We still don't have a valid break of structure. These candles are still testing, so we'll keep an eye on GCAD for this week. Damn, my fucking throat hurts again. Sorry guys, give me a second. GJ on the daily time frame, we're still in an uptrend, right? We're still making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? When price was giving us a push to the top side, we ended up getting stuck in a zone of consolidation. Right now in the daily time frame, we have no no continuation. On the 4-hour time frame, this little zone of consolidation that we've been in, we're still stuck in it. Price still hasn't given us a valid break. We're still just rejecting lows, going high, rejecting lows, going high, rejecting lows, gave us a lower high, went back down, but we're still rejecting these lows. Price has still hasn't given us a valid break of structure of these lows, as you guys could see. Price is still just testing these lows, right? We had 2 weeks of drop. On the third week, gave us a push to the bottom, but then went back to the top side. So we have no continuation, right? 4-hour highs and 4-hour lows, we're still trading between the same 4-hour highs and 4-hour lows that we've been trading in for the last couple months, right? And on the 30-minute time frame, this is what we're gonna have to update, since I haven't been active on my charts for a little bit. We had lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, change of character, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then price gave us a lower low, lower high, lower low, right? And then price gave us a change of character, higher high, right? We're pretty much, I don't want to say that this is higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, right? I'm gonna say that all of this is part of the same trend, right? And we have a little change of character, right? So let's add this. Let's add this here. Right, so boom, we had a little change of character. Right, this change of character, again, all of this is part of the same trend. This entire push to the top side is the same trend. So we're trading between this 30-minute high over here, these 30-minute lows, over here. And then on Thursday we had a day of no net, price moving sideways, and then Friday 26 pips. We'll mark this as a day of drop for now. If we need to update this later, we will. Right, so what could we expect on GJ? I don't know, man. I don't know, to be honest with you guys. Right, price is still giving us lower lows and lower highs. Right, at one point that we were at a lower low, I took a trade going long to go into a lower high just for that push to the top side. But again, is this going to follow internal structure where price is still making lower lows and lower highs, or is this going to follow external structure where we're still making higher highs and higher lows? Right, that's why I like to take the easiest trades. Right, at the lows of consolidation, if we get an inducement and we start seeing higher highs and higher lows, or we get any other indication that price is going to go up, then I'll take those trades from the bottom to go back to the top side. Right, now at the top side, we're still not there. We're pretty much in the middle. Right, if you guys could see in between the previous high and the previous low, we're right in the middle. Right, so trading in the middle of that zone, it's not the best spot to take a trade. Right, at the zone of consolidation, we're coming right back down to the middle. Right, in the daily time frame, where are we? We're right in the middle between the previous high and the previous low. It's the worst spot to take a trade, right? Because if you zoom in on the daily time frame, you think that this is just gonna make lower lows and lower highs. If you zoom in into the 4-hour time frame, you're going to think that this is just lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high to go into a lower low, right? But if you go down to a 30-minute time frame, what is this telling you? It's telling you higher highs and higher lows, of course, right? So, what side of the coin are you in, right? What side of the market are you in, right? What I do, I'm a trader, I'm a real trader. If the daily time frame is telling me higher highs and higher lows, and the 4-hour time frame is telling me higher highs and higher lows, and the 30-minute is telling me higher highs and higher lows, then you know damn well I'm going to take a trade going higher high and higher low going long, right? But if the daily time frame is telling you higher high and higher low, and the 4-hour is telling you lower lows and lower highs, and the 30-minute time frame is telling you whatever other thing it wants to tell you, what are you gonna take, right? What side of the coin are you taking? Right, let's go to Hard Rock. It's 20 minutes from my house here in Miami. Let's go to Hard Rock and let's put 2K on black. It's the same thing as you're doing trading this fucking pair. It's the same shit. You're gambling. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. I promise you don't know what you're doing. I promise. Promise. There's nobody's gonna tell you anything else other than that. I promise you. Right? This is why you see I'm very selective with the trades that I take. And that's why every morning when we do the live trading session, you guys hear me talking about a pair. And you guys see me marking it in live time. Mike, you've been here a long time. I wish Muhammad was in here too. Right? How many times have you guys seen me explain a trap move? And you guys see exactly how the market makers are there to fucking take all your money. Right? It's very simple. Right? Market structure is key. If a pair is not trending, do not trade it. Who was it that said it once in a while ago? The trend is your friend. If you're not trading with the trend, you are fucked. You're not going to win a trade. And if you win the trade, you got fucking lucky. Do it again tomorrow so you see exactly what I'm talking about. It is that simple. There's nothing more to it. Right? If one time frame is telling you something and the other time frame is telling you something completely different, and the other time frame is telling you something completely different, stay away from that fucking pair, because you don't know. Number one, you have no fucking clue what you're looking at, because the markets have no clue what the fuck they're doing. So if the market is confused and you're confused, then we're confused together and we don't know what the fuck we're doing. And again, I would rather take that 2K and go put it on black at the Hard Rock Casino. It's brand new, it looks very nice. There's a hotel that's like a guitar and it lights up and it's a whole light show and they have like laser beams on the top of the guitar. It looks crazy. I'd rather go spend my night there than fucking put it on the charts and just look at fucking green and red sticks printing every 30 minutes. I promise. I'd rather go to the fucking Hard Rock, right? So again, I'm not taking no fucking pair on GJ. I'm not taking no trade on GJ. It makes no sense, right? Right now, GJ is on our list, and I'm waiting for continuations, or I'm waiting for inducements, or I'm waiting for my change of character break of structure back to the top side. Anything else before that, it's done for. There's nothing here for us to trade. Nothing at all. There's nothing here on GJ that looks good. So on to the next one. I got boogers again, but we're almost done, man. I'm gonna speed it up. I'm not gonna be on this shit much longer. GU V1, we had the break of structure. We had the pullback, higher high, higher low. We had a weekly pullback, right? We got a beautiful weekly pullback. We got the break. We got the retest, right? So let's definitely see how we missed some of the trades this week because I was sick. It was a great week to be sick, man. Great fucking week to be sick. Let's add a few lines to the chart here. Add a few lines to my charts. We don't have to do this every week. We'll add 3 more. Right, alright, so we have a week of rise, then last week gave us a second week. Again, this is one of those situations where, yeah, we have 2 weeks of rise, but we finished at the high, right? We have a gap in the market. We have 2 gaps in the market. And this higher high that we just made is a change of character. It's not a break of structure. So, again, am I expecting a 3rd week push? To be honest, not yet. Right, not yet. Could it give it to us? Absolutely. Right, and that's what we're going to be waiting for. Either way, I want to see a little bit more confluence. I want to see a little bit more movement from the market before we start taking any trades. But it's a step in the right direction. I have to go blow my nose again, guys. It's dripping down. I'm not going to lie. I have to go real quick. We're going to finish this chart. Right, on GU, we had a change of character, higher high, higher low. break of structure, higher high, perfect. And now we're looking for a higher low, right? This higher low that we're going to be waiting for, right? Let's take a step back again. Where are we, right? We know we're in level 2. In level 2, we want to see price bounce off the 200 EMA, right? Right now, we want to see the 50 and the 200, the 50 cross above the 200, so it's looking good on the 4 hour. And on the 30-minute, we want to see price bounce off the 200 EMA, which right now we're not on that. It's a little too steep. For this to be a valid 372, I'm not expecting price to give me a steep pullback somewhere in this area to then continue, right? I'll be expecting a pullback between 38.2 to a 50%. And if right now we add up our lines, right? So hold on, let's take a step back. I'm getting confused here. Let's fix these lines real quick. This is a 4-hour change of character, so let's put this in the 4 hour. Right, and that way when we're in the 30-minute, it doesn't pop up and I'm no longer confused, right? So boom, we add our fib from here to here, and again I'm looking for a 23.6 or 38.2 fib retracement, not a 38.2 or 50%. Sorry about that, right? We can see that we're most likely going to get a pullback somewhere in this area for us to look for that 372 push to the top side. Right, again, I want to be very careful with this trade regardless, because again, it is a trade that is a continuation between last week to this week. We have gaps in the market, resets the trend. So either way, we want to be very careful taking this trade. But right now, give me 1 second, guys. Right now, GU looks like the best pair to take. Looks like the best pair to keep an eye on. I don't want to go blow my nose again, man, because it's going to be a fucking... Gonna have to be getting up every 5 minutes. Let's just finish this. Right, so GU looks like the best one. US30, right now we're still in peak high territory. We have no continuations in the daily time frame. We're still making higher highs and higher lows. In the 4-hour time frame, we have 4 weeks where price has been pushing to the top side. This previous week, price gave us another push to the top side. We're 98 pips from it being a no net, but we're still above it, so we're going to keep this marked as a rise for now. If we need to update this throughout the week, we will. And on the 30-minute time frame, we had beautiful moves in the market. Beautiful. We're gonna delete this. These last 3 days have been beautiful, right? On Tuesday, it gave us a type 3 pattern, beautiful type 3 pattern. On Thursday, it gave us a type 1 pattern, right? Again, a type 3 pattern is consolidation, break, comes back 50% of the zone of consolidation and goes down, right, in a downtrend. On Thursday, it gave us a type 1 pattern in an uptrend where it consolidates between Asia and London session, comes down, gives you a double bottom in the lower time frames, and then gives you the push back to the top side. On Friday, it gave you another type 3 pattern, right, where price consolidates between Asia and London session, comes back 50% of the zone of consolidation to then go right back down to the bottom. So these last 3 days have been very nice trading days for US30, right? So let's go back 4-hour time frame. Did we do this already? This is how you know where I'm so like cloudy. My brain is like not working. 5 weeks. Oh yeah, we said this already. My bad. No continuations. Yeah. What are we looking for on US30 right now? I don't know. I like to just follow market structure. I trade US30 a lot differently than any other pairs. And I probably shouldn't say this because I don't want to confuse nobody. But when I'm trading US30 on top of the market makers pattern, on top of market structure, on top of continuations, 372s, I'm looking at every single detail that US30 is giving me. The easiest, and I will say this, and you see that this is marked up on almost every single day on my chart, right? The type 1 patterns, the type 2 patterns, the type 3 patterns. If I see a valid trade on US30, whether it's going up or going down, I'm taking it. It doesn't matter if it's against the trend or with the trend. Obviously, if I'm at the top of the zone of consolidation, I'm not going to take a long trade at the top of the zone of consolidation. I still look at the chart the same way, with the same mindset of, could this be an inducement? Could this be a fake out? Is this the real move? Is this a trap move? right? All those questions are still running through my head every single time I take a trade, no matter what pair I'm looking at. But when it comes to US30, the way I approach US30 is a lot differently than a regular Forex pair, right? I'm looking at every single detail, everything that I know of the market. I look at that when I trade US30, when I trade gold, right? When I trade US oil. Again, this is why I say, in order to trade indexes and commodities very effectively, you need to graduate to these pairs. You need to be able to see every little thing in detail on a regular Forex pair, right? Doing a step by step before you try to do it on a pair like US30. And again, it's very simple. Why is it different? It's very simple. How many pips does US30 move on a day-to-day basis? 543 pips, right? How many pips does a pair like AUDUSD do? 61 pips. You cannot compare a 60 pip pair to a pair that moves 543 pips. If you cannot see candlestick analysis, if you cannot see something on a pair that's only moving 60 pips, how in the world are you expecting to see it move on a pair that moves 500 pips? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. If you don't know how to do it on a regular Forex pair that moves 60 pips, 80 pips, 107 pips, 130 pips, right? And the pairs that I have on are the ones that move a lot. So let's go look at the ones that are actually turned off, right? 40 pips, 53 pips, 100 pips. If you can't do it on a pair that's not moving 540 pips, you're not going to be able to do it on a pair that does move that much, right? On a pair like gold that moves 400 pips, on a pair like Bitcoin that moves 389 pips, right? Oil 186 pips. It doesn't make any sense. So again, US30, I approach it the same way, but the way I trade it is just a little different, right? US30 is a little bit different, but again, we'll get into that, especially the ones who are doing the one-on-one sessions with us. We'll get into that at a later time in more detail when you guys are ready. I don't want to trade USDCAD. I don't even want to update this chart, but let's do it. So USDCAD, right? We've reached the previous peak high territory. As soon as we reached it, we started going back down. We have no continuations in the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we have a week of rise, right? We had a gap. The market resets the trend, but we do have a second week of drop, or I'm sorry, a week of drop. We have a second week of drop this week, right? And we know that we are now trading between this 4-hour change of character, right? Which gave us this 4-hour high and this 4-hour low down here. Right, we also know that in the 30-minute time frame, we had high, higher low, high, low, lower high, lower low. So we know that we're trading between this 30-minute low and this 30-minute high, and we are very close to this being a no now. We're 7 pips. For the sake of market structure, we're going to mark it as 2 days of drop, but if we have to update this when the market's open, we will. Right now, nothing for USDCAD. USDZAR, very similar. We're in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation. We have that gap at the bottom of the market. I'm looking for price to fill this gap up to then continue that push to the top side. On the 4-hour time frame, we had a week of drop. We have 2 weeks of drop, very similar to USDCAD. Still trading between the same 4-hour highs and 4-hour lows. And on the 30-minute, we have higher high, higher high, lower low, change of character, right? Lower high, and then lower low. So we know that we're trading between this lower high over here. This is a little gap, but it's okay. And you can see price tapped into it, and then bloop, went right back down. And we're trading between this 30-minute low over here. Alright, and then let's update our entire week, because I haven't updated this chart this entire week. I haven't even been looking at USDZAR. We have a day of drop. We have a day of rise. We have a day of no net. We have another day of no net, and then we had a day of drop. Right, so no continuations on USDZAR for right now. This is just a pair that I'm taking a step back in. Again, very similar to GA or GCAD, one of these pairs. I'm still looking for price to fill this gap up before we could do anything else. Gold, we're in peak high territory. We're in the highest point in the market. We're still making higher highs and higher lows. Right, in the daily time frame, we have a beautiful bearish engulfing candle. A beautiful green, green, red. Right, what I don't like is obviously the green candle is an exhaustion candle. Would much more, I would have loved to have seen this been a smaller zone, but that's okay. We'll keep this in just in case. This is a daily engulfing, right? In the 4 hour time frame, still trading, still making higher highs and higher lows. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks where price has just been pushing to the top side. Ended up giving us 7 weeks of rise. We're 55 pips from this being a no net. So I'm not gonna update this just yet. We're gonna keep this as a we'll update this on Monday when in the morning when we wake up. We also have a engulfing candle here in the 4 hour time frame. Green, green, red, but very similar to what the daily time frame, what I was saying on the daily time frame. I don't like how that first green candle is an exhaustion. Oh man, I got hiccups now. I don't like how this is an exhaustion candle. Why is that so difficult to say? Right, but nonetheless, we have a daily engulfing candle, we have a 4 hour engulfing candle, and then on the 30-minute time frame, we had 2 days of rise. Right, on the third day, gave us a push to the top side, gave us a retest of the highs. Right, never gave us a break, and then we got internal lower lows and lower highs, which was the trade that we took on Friday. Right, straight into STP for the day at 267 pips. You know, with a little nice 1 to 7, nothing too crazy. Could have been a way better trade. Definitely could have been a way better trade if I would have just held. But you know, I'm not in the game of guessing. I'm not in the game of getting more than what I know I could get. Right? If I know I could get 267 pips for the day, that's what I'm getting. If it ends up doing, you know, in this case, it did 623. You know, who are we to know that price is gonna do 623 pips? Right, we have the tools right in front of us that let us know how much we're going to do on average on a day-to-day basis. I'm not expecting price to do double that, right? So everything else that the market gave was just that. It was just nonsense. There's nothing to it, right? So can't complain with what has been given. So at this point, yeah, in the 30-minute time frame, we're still trading higher high and higher low. So taking any other trade going short is very, very risky. Right, understanding that we're still trading higher high, higher low, higher high. Right, yes, price going and gave you a higher low, and then it gave you a lower high, and then it gave you a higher low. Right, but again, this internal time frame is just noise to confuse everybody. Right, I'm looking at the actual higher high and higher low. So I'm not going to be looking for any more shorts until we either break these lows, right, and that's it. Everything else is gonna be alright. Is price gonna turn around and continue to make higher highs and higher lows, or are we gonna continue going short? That's it. Right. So keep it very simple. Right. I'm not at this point. We have nothing else here that gives us any other confirmation that price is gonna go down. Right. We're still making higher highs and higher lows in every single time frame. We do have these engulfing candles, but again, I want to see price give us a pullback before we could take a trade again going short. So whether that's going to be the 4 hour engulfing retest or if that's only going to be the daily engulfing retest, you know, time will tell what the entry will be for gold. And guys, we're almost done here. Any other questions, any other pairs you guys want me to go over before we finish, let me know. These last couple pairs that we do, Bitcoin and oil, pretty much goes by quick since I don't really go into crazy detail about them. But let me know. Any questions? I'll give you guys a few seconds here. Anything at all you guys want me to talk about? Anything you guys want me to explain? Anything at all, let me know. Daily time frame, we are in V2. We're in peak high territory already for Bitcoin. We have no continuations. We have a month of rise. On the 4 hour time frame, We know that we're stuck in this little zone of consolidation where prices just been rejecting highs and rejecting lows the entire time. We had 2 weeks of counter going against the trend, and then we ended up finishing the week on a no net, so we have no continuations. We're still trading between the previous high and the previous low on the 4-hour time frame. Again, this is counter, so we know that this wasn't going to work out. And on the 30-minute time frame, we're still trading between the previous lower lows and lower highs. Right, we're still trading between the previous lower low, lower high, right? And that's pretty much it. You have 2 days of rise. Price isn't really giving us too much to really look for. And then last but not least, oil. Oil, we are still in A1. We're in the first zone of consolidation. We're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation in a downtrend, so not the best spot to be in. But let's see if we can look for any continuations. No continuations in the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we had a week of rise. Then this week, price gave us a second push to the bottom. However, again, we are very close to the to a no net for the week. So I'm gonna wait for Monday. I'm gonna wait for tomorrow morning. But we also know we have a nice little flip zone here. So this is good. Alright, so let's mark this flip zone. Right, and then on the 30-minute time frame, we had a day of rise and then a day of drop. And then we know that we had low, lower high, lower low, higher high, change of character, lower low, change of character, and we're trading between this 30-minute high and 30-minute low. So that's pretty much it for us right now, guys. That's pretty much it. Any other questions, let me know. Anything you guys want me to go over, let me know. Any other pairs you guys want me to look over, anything at all, let me know. If not, then we'll be done for today and we'll be back tomorrow morning for the live trading session. That's all. Alright. Alright, ladies. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Peace out.